Hello, you are watching Gold News on the GIGOS TV channel. In this episode, you will find out the total amount of global demand for gold in the first quarter of 2025, what ensured the sharp increase in investment activity, and how did the central banks of the countries behave in this regard. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we begin. Total global gold demand in the first quarter of 2025 reached 1,206 tons, the highest since 2016. By the way, this figure has grown by 1% compared to the same period last year, and behind the numbers are key changes in the market. Investors have returned en masse to gold ETFs. The inflow of money into these funds has increased total investment demand more than twice compared to the first quarter of the previous year, to 552 tons. This figure is the highest since the beginning of 2022 and is one of the key factors driving the price of the noble metal. Despite rising prices, interest in physical gold is not waning. In the first quarter of this year, about 325 tons of the precious metal were purchased in bars and coins, 15% more than the average for the last 5 years. China was the biggest contributor to this indicator. Retail investment volumes in the first quarter were the second largest for the country in the entire history of observations. Central banks remain large buyers. In the first 3 months of the year, the regulators purchased about 244 tons of gold. Although the volume of purchases is slightly lower than in the previous quarter, it still fits into the stable trend of the last 3 years. By the way, we have already told you why central banks were buying gold en masse last year. If you are interested in finding out the reasons, watch the video by following the tooltip at the top of the screen. The average gold price in the first quarter reached $2,860 per ounce, up 38% from the previous year's value for the reporting period. The price increase was influenced by concerns about already introduced and possible trade tariffs in the United States, geopolitical instability, high volatility in the markets, and the weakening dollar. Gold production in the first quarter amounted to 856 tons. Total supply increased by 1% compared to the first quarter of last year. However, gold recycling decreased slightly, also by 1%. This is explained by the fact that consumers are holding on to the precious metal in anticipation of an even higher gold price. Let's summarize the results of the first quarter of 2025. ETFs have become the main driver of growth in the price of noble metal. Private investors continue to steadily purchase bars and coins. Central banks adhere to the long-term trend of increasing their gold reserves. The gold market responded to these facts with a sharp increase in prices, and it looks like this is just the beginning. You have watched Gold News on the GIGOS TV channel. Don't forget to subscribe and like, so you don't miss the next videos. We'll be back soon with new useful content. See you again.